Hey, what up? What up? You know what time it is, man. Every Saturday morning, get it. It's the best show in the country. The best sports talk radio show. Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan tap in. And they do it for the people. What up? 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 What up?
What up and good morning, everybody who loves to listen to, Ryan and I talk. I'm one of your hosts, Kramer Ryan. Along to my left side, right side, I still never figured that out, is Ryan Larson. Good morning, Ryan. How are we doing this Saturday?
Morning, Kramer. Doing good. Yeah, doing great, actually.
Nice. It's been a weird sports week because there has been a lot. The NFL takes over everything. We just know NFL takes over whenever somebody farts, say it's Patrick Mahomes farting, that takes over the internet because it's the NFL. NFL's king when it comes to all the sports. But we're going to talk about the NFL free agency. We'll talk about the World Baseball Classic a little bit in fair or foul to get to on this show. But Ryan, I have to report I went to the circus last week.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was fun. It was exactly how I remembered it when I was 7, 8, 9 years old the last time I went to it. So yeah, no, it was exactly what I expected it to be.
Did they have elephants?
Yes, there were elephants there.
Nice.
There were camels there. There were stunt dogs there, which was very impressive. A dog jumped from 15 feet in the air into a guy's like blanket type thing. It was interesting. A person walked a tightrope. They rode a bike across the tightrope. They acted like they were going to fall a lot. They're trained professionals in that thing, but it was very captivating. And this one clown that would pop in every 15 to 20 minutes would say 6'7", and all the kids in there would go crazy.
That's not true. I was not at the circus, Kramer. What do you mean?
No, but it was good. It was entertaining. It was. I can wait another 20 years in order to go. Or when I announced it this week when my baby boy comes at some point, I will have to take him to the circus. I don't know if I will take him. That's a job for the old grandma or someone else to take him there. So yeah, no evil clown. It wasn't much of an evil clown, but there were a lot of bum-looking clowns as well that were just walking around the premise, which was really weird.
Just a lot of the sort of like mid-budget clown costumes people are wearing out there.
Well, I think funny. It was because the Shriners up in St. George are the ones that put it on. So I'm pretty sure they were actual Shriner people that were just dressed up as like clowns, just walking around because they have a clown fetish. Probably, I don't know.
Have I ever speaking of clowns? Have I ever told you about how I tried to wear a clown costume to my master's graduation? Have I ever told that show on this or that story on the show?
I don't think so, but I remember you wearing a clown costume on one of the morning shows that we had when we were over on radio, and you. Today would have been a perfect day for you to wear a clown costume.
Yeah. So for the people listening that don't know, I got a master's degree in business, which is a master's degree in coloring in the lines. And
nice.
A lot of people did not take it super seriously. So we joked about graduating from clown college. I showed up at the graduation wearing a clown wig, a bow tie, and like a nose, like a honk nose. And they wouldn't let me in unless I took it off.
That's awesome. Because they probably wouldn't give you your degree. Now thinking about it, if you actually would have wore that, or would they have? You still earned it.
They mail it to you, so I would have been able to get it that way. But they threw a fit. They would have thrown a fit had I not taken it off. I wouldn't have been able to walk.
It would have been hilarious if you still would have done that. Like that would have because how long ago that might have actually stole the internet. Like seriously, you could have went viral over that moment.
Yeah, that was. It was also, I think, the first in-person graduation after COVID. So they were really taking everything seriously, and I was not.
That's awesome. Oh, and also, thank you for the congratulations on the said baby. Yeah, no, that's weird. I'm gonna be a dad, so it's been a weird week. It's been announcing that going to a casino, not casino. Gosh, no, a circus. I wish it was a casino. That'd been a lot more entertaining. I probably would have lost money though, but I'm glad I went to the circus. Okay, let's get to our regular scheduled programming. NFL free agency. Were you shocked to see Max Crosby's trade get denied over on the team that actually wanted him? Like I can't believe the Ravens said they pulled the carpet under the rug. They pulled the carpet under the rug. What the heck? They pulled the rug under your feet And Max Crosby fell on his ass, and now he's back in Las Vegas.
That was pretty crazy. The same night, I think it's really funny that was the same night Bam scored 83 in an NBA game. And I saw, like, I wasn't watching sports or anything. I just checked my phone, saw, like, Bam 83 points, and was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, I can't believe that happened. And I scroll, and it's like, Ravens rescind Max Crosby deal. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, I need to lock in.
Yeah, no, you immediately texted me. I was driving home from work, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" You said something, and I'm like, "All right, got to go straight to X to figure out what happened." It said Max Crosby trade denied, and I'm like, "Oh." So now thinking about this, the Raiders defense looks incredible with Max Crosby on their roster right now with all the additions that they've had made. So I know instead of having the 14th overall pick in a first round next year, that would have been nice. Now Max is on this team, and I think this has been a great offseason for the Las Vegas Raiders. Heck, we can even get into more of their signings, but Max Crosby coming back, it's weird because I know all of Raider Nation was saying that that we all had to cope with the loss. Nobody wanted Max to leave. I'll be completely honest on that. Because like I told you, I shredded a tear last Friday when I saw the news break on that, and then I had to, all right, I had to buy myself into the draft picks, but now I have a Max there, and he's saying now he's 200% ready for this upcoming year. Dude, I honestly think I'm going to put a bet on.
I don't think he stays.
You think he's still going to be traded? That's crazy.
I think he's still going to be traded.
I think he's going to stay in Las Vegas. He's going to win the Defensive Player of the Year because he's pissed off right now.
I think this is all okay. So, like, as the Raiders, they got totally screwed over in this situation. But they couldn't have just gone out and immediately been like, oh, we're going to flip Max Crosby again, because the value is just way lower. So they really have to double down on, like, we're going to keep Max Crosby. Like, Max, please say that you are dedicated to being a Las Vegas Raider. Like, you need to publicly say it so we can drive your value back up. And I think here in between now and the draft, so the next month, 6 weeks or so, you're going to see him get traded again. I think probably to the Bears.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think when he came back from his trip to Baltimore, let's just say he had a little vacation in Baltimore. So that's basically what it was. I think that he had because he went straight to the Raiders facility that very next day because he was already there at 6 o'clock in the morning. From when I was waking up, that's all the reports were saying. He's highly invested in being back and wearing the silver and black. Hell, he's got a tattoo on his body of the shield of the Raiders. So I think he's gonna be a Raider for life. He seems like the mold of being a Raider for life. And also, it sucks too on the anniversary of 6 years being sober that the Ravens did this. That's another slap in the face. This is terrible for Max. Yeah. I think Max Crosby is the biggest loser in all of this situation. But I know there's a lot of holes on the Raiders to fill. But man, I'm telling you, I know I mentioned it again. This looks like a damn good defense with all the guys that they had. Listen to the guys. This is the guys that they've signed this week. They got Kwity Paye, which I get it. He's a 27-year-old pass rusher. They inked him to a deal. They got Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, two Georgia Bulldogs that were drafted in the same year. They also brought back Eric Stokes, Malcolm Kuntz, and on the offensive side of things, they got Tyler Lindenbaum, which he's now the highest paid center in the league. Absolutely love that signing.
Crazy. Hey, he's a great player. He's a great player. If it's a position of need for them, that deal is crazy. $27 million a year for a center.
I think the Raiders saw how good and beneficial it is to have a great center, and how the Chiefs have Creed Humphrey. Like, that was the mold right there, and I think that it's helped it's going to be the help for the long run. I mean, he's going to be there in Las Vegas for 3 years, so I like that move a lot. $81 million. I know that's a lot, but I mean, inflation's around the world, and also they had money to spend, so why not go get the best center possible on the line to be the biggest anchor there? Also, he helped Lamar Jackson get the MVP. Let's not act like he didn't. He had to help him keep him upright.
With the rookie QB coming in, it will be nice to build out a line. If I were a Raiders fan, and I don't like watching them make competent decisions as a Chiefs fan, it is disgusting to me when they actually act like a real organization. I can't stand it. I kind of like the offseason. I think they're overspending on Linderbaum. They kind of got screwed over on the Max Crosby trade. But I think you're right. The team looks a lot better. They actually look like a competent football team.
They do. They also inked a deal with Jalen Naylor, former Minnesota Viking, Drake Young, former Seahawk. He joins Clint Kubiak's staff once again, and Connor Hayward. I not like I don't like Connor Hayward. He's a Michigan Spartan, so I kind of like I have to like adopt him onto my team. But he's a fullback. But no, I think the Raiders had a great free agency so far.
I'm looking at Connor Hayward's page on NFL.com. One page has him listed as a running back. One page has him listed as a tight end, and he's a fullback. So
yeah,
get it together.
He's a converted tight end fullback but there should be the new normal now because there's not really a fullback in the league that's CJ Ham still in the league. That's the only fullback I could think of. Alec Ingold, wow. I know he is.
Yeah, I guess Juszczyk is really the only one that's a true fullback.
True, and he's a dog. There's true fullbacks. If you're in the league, you are dogs. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at other teams in the NFL. Let's do the one that kind of helps us pay the bills. Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs had I wouldn't say it's the best offseason. They got what they needed. They got the running backs. Kenneth Walker inked a 3-year, $43 million deal. Ryan, take this away because I know you were probably giddy at the jump.
I love it so much.
Getting them.
So the first thing I ever did as far as social media working for any sort of like football media content company was I interned with the 33rd team back when I was in grad school. And that's like Mike Tannenbaum's little passion project. And they do a lot of really interesting stuff. I actually like what they do. But when I was an intern there, first video I ever put out was dark horse Heisman candidates. And I said, this running back from Michigan State, Ken Walker, really good player, really good. You got to watch out for him. And then I think he finished like top 5 in the Heisman. Obviously went on to have a good couple of years with the Seahawks, won Super Bowl MVP. He is explosive. He can do everything. Not a great pass blocker, whatever. Not like the Chiefs pass block with their running backs all that often. Anyways, they talk about it and then never actually do it. I love this signing. He's explosive. He's a vertical threat in the run and passing game. It's exactly what the Chiefs needed. I don't care if people say it's an overpay. It's not an overpay.
I don't think it's an overpay anymore because we've seen the league transition from a running back league to a passing league. Now it's going back from the passing league to a running league. You need a guy like Kenneth Walker. I hope he can stay healthy for the Chiefs because that will be very beneficial in the ground game for Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid. They also got Emery DeMarcado, so they kind of like I think that negates them getting any
backup signing.
It's good backup. Maybe he doesn't have to drop the football before he scores a touchdown like he did last year. In Arizona, that would be more beneficial. But no, this Kenneth Walker deal it eliminates them getting a running back in the draft. I'd still like to see them get one in like the 5th or 6th, I guess, now to continue the history on it. But Kenneth Walker, they need to give him the Brock. They need to stop this RPO mainly pass option. They need to stop doing that. They need to actually line up under center. Give him the football because that's what Sam Darnold did. Sam Darnold lined up under center, handed the ball off to Kenneth Walker majority of the season, and then the great things that happened. On paper, this Chiefs offensive line should be a great run blocking team. Now we're going to find out to be a fact that they truly are this upcoming season with Ken Walker behind them. I think it's great. I do. They need a running back. They haven't had a running back, I would say, since I don't want to like
re-release Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, because Kareem Hunt was a stud right there. I was going to say I probably bounced it back all the way to Jamal Charles because since Kareem Hunt didn't finish that entire rookie contract with them, but then again, Kareem Hunt was a stud his rookie season. But no, they finally have a true running back and they truly need it, and they got it done. They also went out and got safety Lonnie Gilman, which I think is a very underrated signing. He's a great safety in the league.
Don't like that one.
You don't? Why don't? Wait, hold up. Why don't you?
He got traded. When he get traded from the Chargers to the Ravens midway through the last season.
Yeah.
And then if you go, one thing I like to do with free agency, because it's really nice, like, oh, you get a shiny new toy. It's going to be so fun to play with this. I'd like to go look at the reviews. Let's look at the user reviews a little bit here. If you go look at what Ravens fans were saying with Alohi Gilman, they're like, oh, thank God he's gone. Like, yeah, good luck with him, Kansas City. Have fun. It reminds me of that old video from like 2010 YouTube. It's like, have fun with her, Ryan. That's how Ravens fans feel about Alohi Gilman signing with the Chiefs. They're like, have fun with her. I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, it's not expensive and it's in effect a 2-year deal. I just don't love a lot of the other signings. Even like Kyrie's Tonga's fine.
I don't like that signing. I really don't.
It feels like you're paying a premium for like really mediocre guys.
I always think that with Tonga. I really do. I don't know about Gilman. It might change my mind because I mean, hell, we saw last year they signed Christian Fulton, and Christian Fulton was I guess the best corner because they want to make sure he's staying on this team. I'm pretty sure. Is he on the team still? He may be a free agent. Hopefully, he's a free agent because it was
I
just
think he's still on the team.
That's bad. That's bad if he is. Other guys coming back.
One next year.
Tyquan Thornton's coming back on a 2-year deal. I hope they use him more than they did last year. I hated the fact how he was an absolute weapon for Patrick Mahomes for the first 8 weeks, and then once Rashee Rice was fully back in the system, they stopped throwing the football. If you sign this 2-year deal, you need to make sure you throw him the football. You need to make sure he has the ball in his hands. I can always see it now. Whenever he made that catch and just pointed straight up in the air because he knows that he made the catch, and it was just awesome. That was the highlight, I guess, for his entire season last year for the Chiefs. But throwing the deep ball, he was the best deep ball receiver for the Chiefs.
I was going to say, is that catch the best catch of the entire Chiefs season last year?
100%.
I feel like it has to be, and I don't think it's close. It's so frustrating with them, and I love re-signing Tyquan Thornton, by the way. I think if you look at what Xavier Worthy is supposed to be, that is what Tyquan Thornton is. Because he's taller than Xavier Worthy. He's nearly as fast. He ran a sub 4.340. And he actually catches the damn football. That's the whole point of being a deep threat, is catching the deep ball. So I like it. I hope he gets more reps. I don't know why they went away from him halfway through last season.
It was dumb. It's because they thought Rashee Rice was going to drop the football and he was going to create separation. Spoiler alert, that did not happen. The same with also Xavier Worthy. And also, I'm over here. I'm tired of hearing, because Xavier Worthy was hurt all last year. Yeah, but everybody's plays hurt in football. It's one of the toughest sports.
Xavier Worthy and I had the same shoulder injury last year, so I feel like to a point I can kind of empathize with him. Man can play football. It hurts, but you can play football. It's not an excuse to not catch the ball. I was going to the gym with a messed up labrum and rotator cuff in my shoulder, bicep tendonitis, the whole deal. You can survive.
Yeah, you're just built different, Ryan. That's the case. And the guy that
built like a Pillsbury Doughboy.
Okay, all right. A guy that's not built like a Pillsbury Doughboy because he had a revenge body last year, re-signed a deal, also hurt Xavier Worthy in that week 1 game. Travis Kelce back on a 1-year, $12 million deal. He's going to finish out his career still as a Kansas City Chief, which I don't see him other in a different uniform at all. But it was good to see that he's back. We kind of figured that he was going to be back. That's just, it was a given. Plus also, I guess Tay also said, hey, you should go play some football again. I think Tay needs some space, so go play some football, Travis.
Well, I was going to say, how else is his mom going to afford all the home renovations? Have you seen the Donna Kelce home renovation news?
I did not care seeing that TMZ report last week or this week. I'm like, I don't care what Donna Kelce's doing to the house on our home renovations. Are they making it a TV show or something as well?
Well,
they kind of have
all
to.
I have to say, it's the biggest home renovation news of our lifetime. It's
Where's
maybe
Ty Penn at?
I don't know.
The home makeover guy, Ty Penn. That's that's a pull right there.
It's a deep cut.
Yep. They also Chiefs got cornerback Kader Koho, or Kohu, however you want to pronounce it. He's as using him on Madden. He's pretty good. He's pretty good corner in the league. So he's a cornerback that the Chiefs needed, and they haven't released any dollar bills on it yet. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all the Chiefs. So grading it, is it good or bad offseason for the Chiefs and free agency so far?
I'll give it
a
C+ because I like the Kenneth Walker signing so much that it kind of balances out all the meh that is the rest of their free agency. But I'll give them a passing grade C+.
Okay. We'll hit on we'll stick with the AFC West at the moment right now. Denver Broncos didn't do anything besides re-sign guys, so I think they've got a D. They are a D or an F on. They're bad. Didn't have a good offseason whatsoever free agency wise. Broncos are broncoing right now, and it's very fun to watch.
It's a very Sean Payton offseason, isn't it? To just bring everybody back and say we don't need fresh blood.
Well, Sean Payton also loves to ruin cap, and he did the exact same thing with the New Orleans Saints. They're still kind of battling through it right now on the tail end of it, and he's doing the exact same thing with the Denver Broncos right now, signing these big offensive linemen to incredible deals and then doing nothing with it because he's in cap hell.
They needed a tight end badly. I know they had Evan Ingram and they re-signed Adam Troutman. Those are not actual threats at tight end. And if
there are
they're
no additions. It's just you saw what they did last year,
Yeah.
and they're like hoping for another. Bo Nix can pull a rabbit out of
they
his hat.
literally haven't brought in a new player. I'm looking at this list of contracts. It's re-signed, 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 re-signed.
They're the
There's
only
not a
team.
new player.
They're the only team in the NFL that has yet to be active in free agency and bring in a new guy. They're
That is
complacent.
insane.
They think they can make it running back with a broken ankle Bo Nix or a broken foot Bo Nix. I don't think that's the case at all. But it's not a good offseason for them. I think it's bad.
Do you think they're just arrogant, or do you think it is
got
Sean
money.
Payton just being like,
They don't have
"We're
money. They have like
Yeah.
$10 million, I think, in cap. So it's like they might
You
just
can
be
make-
keeping it.
I'm curious if they're looking at maybe a trade candidate. Like, are they a candidate to go out and get a receiver or a tight end in a trade?
They need
maybe
one.
a Kyle Pitts.
Ooh, Kyle Pitts, he did get franchise tagged. If he was in that system, man, that would just be
Oh, he's
disgusting.
probably not going to trade.
I'm just happy that the Chiefs, as a Raiders fan, I was happy the Chiefs weren't able to get Kyle Pitts, and very happy that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be throwing footballs to Kyle Pitts this upcoming season over in Atlanta. But let's finish out the rest of the AFC West. When it comes to the Chargers, they were out there. They were making moves on the offensive line, getting Tyler Baidaz, Cole Strange, bringing back Trey Pipkins. They also got tight end from the Baltimore Ravens, Charlie Kohler. They got Keaton Mitchell from the Baltimore Ravens as well. Delvin Thompson, an interior defensive lineman. Dane Leonard, a cornerback, bringing back. And the majority of the rest of the guys are re-signings with Denzel Perriman, Delshon Phillips, and where's the other guy at? Did I say Pickens already? Yeah, and Josh Harris, long snapper. So this is a pretty mid-off season for the Los Angeles Chargers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like the addition of Cole Strange. He's a good guard in the league because after you're releasing a couple of the guys on their offensive line, including Mekhi Becton, you need some replacements. And Cole Strange is a big dude that can block for Justin Herbert. It's just, can Justin Herbert get the job done?
I think this is one of those. It's not flashy, it's not shiny, but they added 2 middle of the interior offensive linemen, and for a team that kind of their biggest Achilles heel was they couldn't protect Justin Herbert, and so the offense fell apart. They added a lot of depth on the O-line, and I actually think it's kind of smart. It's not the sexiest offseason, but I think it's kind of a smart offseason. I actually kind of like, outside of the Ken Walker deal for the Chiefs, I think the Chargers had maybe second or third best free agency period in the AFC West. Really? I mean, the Raiders have so much cap space. It's going to look good.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I could say the Chargers have been the second best. Yeah, you're not wrong. That Kenneth Walker signing holds a lot of weight for the Chiefs, and it does. This is a good question. We'll go to them right now. From Weston, our guy, Weston Brewster. Is Ryan liking the Bills are signing a bunch of nursing home players? LOL. This is a good question.
Bills are a joke, man.
I agree. I absolutely agree. They're 100% a joke organization. I can't stand the Bills.
They traded for DJ Moore. My hot take is DJ Moore is going to be awful in Buffalo. He might have 800 yards this year, and then he's not doing anything. They signed Bradley Chubb also. That's not going to go well.
3-year, $43 million. He got paid to play in Buffalo, which is just like he had an underwhelming season in Miami the last 2 years, and now they think. You know what? I wish I was an edge rusher in the league because I'd be getting paid a lot, I feel like.
If you're a 30-year-old edge rusher, God, Buffalo is going to – they're backing up the Brinks truck.
They've done it with, multiple players now. Like, was Joey Bosa there?
Yeah, Bosa, Von Miller.
Von Miller's the other one. Yeah, I think they can squeeze a little more of the juice out of them, but it's football. Those guys they lose a step every game, and I'm very curious if this Bradley Chubb thing's going to work out. I know it won't. They also got out there and got D. Alford for a 3-year, $50 million deal. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, quarterback Kyle Allen. Who would have thought Kyle Allen gets another shot? I remember when he was slinging it for the Carolina Panthers handful of years ago.
Shane Buechele. That's kind of a fun backup for them.
Well, that's true. They had to find a replacement because Mitchell Trubisky's now a Tennessee Titan, so their backup is gone. Geno Stone was signed there, and Mitch Wishnowsky. I love saying his last name. Wishnowsky. He's going to be punting for the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills have had a crap offseason, in my opinion. It's just not good. The Bills, they need to do so much more. You know why it's a crap? There's no wide receiver being signed because they think DJ Moore's the guy. That's just the craziest thing in the world. The trade of DJ Moore last week, it might hold more weight in the eyes of the front office now than Keon Coleman ever will in his entire career in Buffalo.
The Keon Coleman thing is so funny. It's like they loved Keon Coleman so much. They were all in on Keon Coleman. And then they were like, actually, we hate this guy.
Yeah,
and then they just
so dumb. So dumb.
No, they mortgaged their entire future for this season. Like, it feels like they are all in on 2026, 27. If they don't win it this year, maybe they have another window next year, and then it closes.
Yeah, no, it's true. Very, very true. Let's take a look at other teams that are. We're not going to do every single team in the NFL. Let's take a look at the threats that are always the teams that are like, oh, this team could flirt with a Super Bowl run. Let's go with the Cincinnati Bengals. They've done three things. Boye Mafe, edge rusher, which they needed an edge rusher because Trey Hendrickson's gone in Baltimore. They got Brian Cook. We know how Brian Cook is. He might get cooked a lot in Cincinnati, but I guess we'll have to see. He is a definite upgrade out there in their safety position. And then you get old man Jonathan Allen in the interior defensive line on a 2-year, $26 million deal. They've gotten a lot of vets in there, and I think this might be a good situation for the Bengals, but they still have to do a lot more on that offensive line. So that offensive line is dog doo.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to be pretty much the same as they've been the last couple of years, which is a team with a good offense and a bad defense. I like it, but they didn't do enough.
No.
So I'm not really worried about them.
Are we worried about the Baltimore Ravens with their addition of Trey Hendrickson? Can this team do great things? They also got John Simpson. They got Jalen Hawkins, a safety. Awuzie, the cornerback. And that's basically all the big deals that they've done.
Yes.
Ravens. You like the Ravens stuff?
Yes. Ethically, morally, no. What they did to the Raiders, foul. If we're going to get the fair or foul early a little bit, foul. Rescinding
100%.
that trade over a knee injury you knew existed is nonsense. I hate that. Bad on you, Ravens. Also, technically not illegal. You did nothing technically wrong. You sort of, in effect, traded Max Crosby for 2 firsts and Trey Hendrickson. Pretty good value. So, yeah, I think the Ravens got better.
They went with the guy that's going to turn he's going to be 32 at the beginning of the season this year, Trey Hendrickson, and Max Crosby would be 29. You want the older guy? Has Trey Hendrickson might have lost a step?
Keep your 2 firsts.
That's true. I get that. But Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson is what you're going to be thinking about now. Why couldn't they just have – can you imagine a defense with Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby on the defense?
They were never going to do that.
Can you imagine, though? Like, that'd be incredible. They would be the best defense in the league. Like, Joe Burrow would be pooping his pants. Whoever the quarterback is in Pittsburgh would be pooping their pants. And I'm missing another quarterback in my brain. Is it going to be Shadur? Is it going to be Deshaun Watson? Who knows? He'll be pooping his pants.
It could be one of us for the Browns. You never know.
It's true. We honestly we could probably do something. I mean, if you mold us together, we might be the perfect quarterback. You never know.
Yeah. I've always said it. I think you and I have the skill set together to be the perfect quarterback. Yeah.
At least for the Browns, at least. I think. I mean, I can't have the deep shot like what Shadur Sanders does, but I don't know. I digress. But no, I don't think this is a good enough offseason for the Ravens. I think that what's going to hurt them the most is the fact that John Harbaugh is not going to be there.
Yeah, I don't think that's really getting talked about enough. And maybe bringing in a new coach. Who's their new coach now? I'm totally blanking on this.
That's a quick Google search, man. I can't think of who it is.
Jesse Minter.
Yes, there we go.
He didn't exactly inspire a lot of confidence with the Chargers. It's not like I looked at the Chargers defense and was blown away by it. So I'm not super scared. I do think that they've had kind of a savvy off season. But it really depends who they get in the draft. If they get a big-bodied receiver in the draft, if they get an edge rusher in the draft, even like a D tackle I kind of like for them, I could see the Ravens being pretty good again pretty quickly.
It just depends on what Lamar Jackson's going to do. If he's healthy, yes. If not, I guess what the time will tell. Because I think Lamar Jackson, his best games are behind him now, in my opinion. I truly believe that. And I don't know how good he's going to be with the new OC head coach mind combination going to be there in Baltimore. But with John Harbaugh going to New York means a lot of former Baltimore Ravens going with him. Isaiah Likely's going to the Giants. We saw him. Patrick Ricard. They also went out and got Calvin Austin. Got a new kicker in Jason Sanders. Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker. They re-signed Jermaine Illuminor. They bring back Jordan Stout. Greg Newsom's heading there. I think Evan Neal's resigning. I think the Giants might be contending with that division next season. 100% with the NFC East. I think they might be better than the Eagles, which is going to be it's going to be challenging when you play the Eagles, but they've lost a lot on defense. And I think with a new mindset, a guy under control with Jackson Dart is going to go a long way. I think the Giants, with their offseason so far, it's been really good. And I think it's only going to improve when the draft comes around here in about a month and a half. Yeah. And I like what the Giants have been doing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I love the Giants offseason. We've seen it, ironically, with that division, with the Commanders. The Seahawks are an example of this. But when teams get a new head coach to go with young talent and just an overall pretty good roster, it can turn a team around super, super fast. We saw the Commanders they were in the NFC Championship game a couple years ago. Seahawks, obviously, with McDonald won the Super Bowl. I mean, even the Vikings, when they got Kevin O'Connell, had a quick turnaround to their roster. And they kind of all fit the same mold of like the Giants have maybe the best front seven in the NFL. Their D-line is terrifying to go against. I love the Tremaine Edmonds signing for them. That's such a big, impactful signing. And then they added to their O-line Isaiah Likely. Jackson Dart loved to throw to his tight end that I'm totally blanking on the name of, Theo Johnson.
Yes, there we go.
Last year.
You weren't blanking on him. You knew it.
Isaiah Likely is like a super amped up version of Theo Johnson. Get them maybe another wide receiver to go with Malik Neighbors when he comes back. I love what they're doing.
Yeah, their offense look nasty. I hope Malik and Cam Scatterby come back absolutely healthy for the upcoming season. They were just so much fun to watch, and it's weird saying that the Giants were fun to watch, but damn it, they were, and that was without Daniel Jones being running around 24/7 whenever he was there. A team that I think hasn't really done much this offseason that has a lot of money in cap, the New England Patriots. They're trying to build a team back to get back into the playoffs because they're going to actually have a harder schedule this upcoming season, and it's going to be telling, and now the moves need to be made. They went out and get Romeo Doubs on a 4-year, $68 million deal. They get the wide receiver that they desperately have needed, so I do like that. Getting a tackle that has seen a lot of injury history in Elijah Vera-Tucker. They got Draymond Jones, an edge rusher. They went out and got Julian Hill, a tight end. And then Kevin Byard might be the best other signing that they had, and Mike Brown. That's both safeties. I think after the Romeo Doubs signing, this kind of dropped off. This wasn't a good offseason so far for the New England Patriots, in my opinion, because they need to figure out how to build this team back to be even better than they were last year. So it's going to be a tough road for them this upcoming year. It will be.
I've always said the best way to fix a problematic O-line is by bringing in a tackle that failed with the Jets. I think that's really a recipe for success to fix your offensive line.
Look what Mekhi Becton for the Chargers didn't do anything. I mean, he helped the Eagles a little bit, but it wasn't like he played the entire season in Philadelphia when they won the Super Bowl.
No, I don't. This doesn't move the needle for me. The Patriots were frauds last year. They're not going to be very good next year. So what the Commanders were when they went to the NFC Championship to falling off to what were they, like 6-11, 7-10 or something last season?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the Patriots this year. I actually don't think they even have a winning record.
Wow. You don't think? All right. I think they might hover around 500, but they still might be the better team in their division. It's them or the Bills, clearly. But man,
I'll take the retirement home Bills over them.
Retirement home Bills. What? So you all right? Put some money on that. They're winning the AFC East. It sounds like, if in Ryan's eyes, Buffalo Bills, the retirement community of the Buffalo Bills.
Minus 155 right now to win the East. It's not
the
good
Bills.
value.
Really?
Yeah, the Bills, yeah.
Well, what are the Patriots at?
They are plus 170.
Mm.
The
That's not
Giants
much.
are plus 650 to win the NFC East.
That's not bad.
I kind of like that one.
I like that a lot too. Let's do one more team. A team that won the Super Bowl. I just can't believe how bad of an offseason it has been. They re-signed Rashid Shaheed, which Rashid Shaheed's a good wide receiver. They traded for him last year. I thought that he was going to be a candidate being on the Raiders because of Clint Kubiak actually liking him. Josh Jobe, 3-year, $24 million deal. Emmanuel Wilson, 1-year, $2 million, and Brandon Piley, if that's how you pronounce it. You probably won't see the field because it's on a 1-year, $2 million deal. That's it. The Super Bowl champions do not care about this upcoming season because you know why? The hangover will be real of the Super Bowl, and what else you got to prove this decade? Like, seriously, if you want to think of it in increments, you want to try to win a Super Bowl in at least a decade. They got it. They got their Super Bowl this year.
Cool. We're moving on.
Yeah. Then now all right, let's give another 10 years. We'll be back.
Yeah.
And it's kind of exactly what happened over in the past 10 years to the last 10 years because they made the Super Bowl. Didn't they win the Super Bowl? Oh no, they lost to the Patriots.
But they won with the Legion of Boom.
They did.
Slightly more than 10 years ago.
So I mean, if you like the 10-year strategy, they check it off the list. Seattle Seahawks, bravo! You've won. You won it for yourself. Congratulations on that. But any other team that you think stood out to you?
I want to talk about the Seahawks and then talk about the Seahawks division. The Seahawks are so funny to me because with the Chiefs, their whole thing when they were winning Super Bowls was run it back, which you can do when your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes and you have Chris Jones and you have Travis Kelce and you have a good receiving core at the time and a good defense and an all-around roster built around maybe the second first best quarterback we've ever seen. The Seahawks are running it back with Sam Darnold. Like, that's just not the same. So, yeah, I don't see them winning the Super Bowl again. I don't see them winning the division again because I love what the Rams are doing. The Rams revamped their entire secondary, kept everybody worth anything. True. They're going to have, what, the 13th overall pick, 14th overall pick in the draft.
Yes.
To maybe get future quarterback or receiver, edge rusher. And then they brought in Trent McDuffie, who's an all-pro corner, Jalen Watson, who's a really good, maybe Pro Bowl caliber corner. And then they brought back Cam Curl. Like, I don't see a hole in the Rams roster.
The Rams are so smart. I seriously think that Sean McVay can see the field better than anybody else when it comes to drafting people. And he knows if it's not a good draft class, let's go out there and get that said player that's been a difference maker for said teams. And that was Trent McDuffie. And I did not absolutely expect see them get the Jalen Watson at all. Like, I didn't think that was even a possibility. And he got paid. Good for him. You know, I'm all about the players getting paid. Seriously. Get as much money as you can from all these corporate fat cats of these owners. Like, take as much money as possible. And you know what? They've done that. And Trent McDuffie is the highest paid corner in the league, which is incredible. I can't remember the dollar bills amount on Jalen Watson, but it's got to be up there in the top 10.
Three for 51.
It's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually kind of not bargain value, but that's for a Pro Bowl caliber corner. That's actually pretty damn good. So I
was gonna say it's good for him to get $50 million, but also they got him kind of cheap. I was expecting $20 million a year for him. They got him for 15 to 17.
So yeah, no, this is the free agency will continue to happen. There's going to be more moves being made before the draft. There always is, or they might do it on said draft night. So I can't wait to hunker down and see what happens there. But yeah, no, if anybody who's listening to this wants to see my write up on all of the AFC West stuff, go to arrowheadpride.com and you can check around the AFC West there for myself. Ryan, you've been watching baseball. Have you been watching any of the spring training, World Baseball Classic, anything like that?
I've been watching some of the World Baseball Classic. I've been watching the USA games, and then I watched Italy-Mexico the other night for the little bit of a game it was.
Vinny Pasquantino, 3 bombs.
Okay.
Like, insane.
Has there been a bigger winner of the World Baseball Classic than Vinny?
Oh no, he's literally like yes, like it's him. Like he's the
Like it's
biggest
like
winner in all this.
Shohei and Vinny are dominating the headlines.
Oh yeah, and for good reason too. It's weird. Even other Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. has been incredible too. He's been dominating headlines on his
Mhm.
defensive paralysis. But and also, there's like 19 players in the Royals organization that are playing the World Baseball Classic. But Vinny, man, 3 home runs. I know 2 of them were wall scrapers, but still, that's a home run. And he's all jacked up on all the espresso shot coffee that they've been doing in the dugout after home runs,
Mhm.
which has been incredible. Team Italy, shout out over you guys over
They're
there.
fun.
Bunch of
They,
paisans
they,
on that
they
team.
got good vibes.
Even Jack Caglione got into one. Like I'm hoping with the
Mhm.
fences being brought in at Kauffman, there's home runs hit left and right at Kauffman.
I think if the momentum you're seeing carries over, we're going to see Bobby near MVP again. You're going to see Vinny hitting 30 plus home runs. Cags is good for 25 plus right now. I don't know if I've been this excited about a Royals team since like 2015.
And all the people right now are just if you're Mark DeRosa, not knowing that he needs to win every single game as possible, and hopefully the Italians score more than 4 runs.
That was
Uh, that was a bad look for a manager. Mark DeRosa is not a manager. Let's be honest. He was a great role player in Major League Baseball whenever he was playing. He's a great analyst on MLB's morning show. But man, he's not a manager, and it shows. He doesn't know how to use a bullpen either, and it's very telling. Stop putting Brad Keller out there. He only gives us runs. He's done that in his last 2 outings in the World Baseball Classic. But I get it. I understand. You got to play your guys out there. But USA will be taking on the Dominican Republic. That's going to be a fun watch because of Paul Skeens taking on literally all the All-Stars in Major League Baseball on one lineup.
Paul Skeens is pitching.
Yes, Paul Skeens is going to be pitching against the Team Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
It's
USA is winning that game. I will never go against Paul Skeens.
Hold on. I'm going to pull up the potential lineup. I got to pull it up on my phone real quick. I wish I had
This
it.
game is stacked. Juan Soto, Julio Rodriguez, Fernando Tatis, Vlad Jr., Manny Machado, Ketel Marte, Geraldo Perdomo, Junior Caminero, and Christopher Sanchez. That's insane.
And Junior Caminero has been an absolute force this entire World Baseball Classic. Like it's a studded lineup. Like it's massive.
The USA and Dominican Republic each have 9 players that received MVP votes last year. 9 players per roster. That's 18 people that received MVP votes in one game.
Yeah.
This should replace the All-Star game.
This kind of is the All-Star game. And it's weird too, not weird, but I love listening to people talk about the World Baseball Classic now. Some teams or some players are more looking forward to winning this World Baseball Classic rather than winning a World Series. And I the more and more I think about it, I'm like, I know that's the goal. That's everyone's, whoever you play baseball, like that's the goal is win the World Series. But this happens only every 3 years. It's like winning an Olympic gold medal. It's cherished a lot. We like to be captivated in the Olympics. I love watching all the Olympic sports, and I love watching the World Baseball Classic because there's these guys. Who cares if they're not a full-blown Italian like all the Italian players are? And we all know they're American. They have percentages on them. It'd be like just me it'd be like me playing for Team Italy. I have a percentage of Italian Sicilian in me that I could actually play for Team Italy, but I just don't have the talent clearly. There's a lot of guys now, like for instance, Julio Rodriguez. He's quoted saying, "I love the Mariners. They know I give my best for them every single time I step on the field, but winning the World Baseball Classic is at the top of the list." Like players are talking out about this. Manny Machado doesn't care. He's more of like, I just want to win whenever I play, which I get that. Heck, Manny Machado is going to be on the Dominican Republic lineup against Paul Skeens. Heck, even Julio Rodriguez is going to be on the Dominican Republic against Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens has come out and start throwing shed whenever he's out there, and he's going to have to blow every single pitch past these guys because they hit the fastballs. They look for the fastballs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. torches fastballs. It's going to be a fun watch. And Fernando Tatis Jr., he torches fastballs as well. So I'm very curious to see how this thing goes. But everybody's mindset right now in the World Baseball Classic, they're playing for it. They're trying to win this, and they think it's more meaningful than the World Series trophy. And I kind of have to agree with them on this too. I have to.
I think it depends what team it is. I don't know if Team USA cares as much as some of the other teams. It looks like the Dominican Republic and Japan and Puerto Rico and Italy are all, like you said, this is the Super Bowl. This is the World Series. It looks like they are all fully bought in on this. Maybe Team USA is, but I don't know about you. I don't get the same vibe from Team USA that I get from the other teams. And maybe it's because they have more of a, pitch limit on the starters, or they're trying to rotate more guys into the lineup. It just seems like the other countries, this is super cliche, but like want it more.
See, I don't know. I feel like the Team USA, they truly want to win this. There's no reason for them to miss spring training games or spring training being around the camaraderie with your team. Like, for instance, Tyler O'Neill plays for Team Canada. Before coming into last night's game, before leaving the spring training to go to the World Baseball Classic and join this tournament, he was 7 for 11 batting. He batted a $120 the entire time in the World Baseball Classic. So you're kind of missing some things. And also, Tyler O'Neill, make sure you place that bet right now. Home run first game 1. Make sure you place that. He's homered in 6 straight opening days, so make sure you place that. But I think Team USA is trying. It's just they got beat. They got beat by Michael Lorenzen, former Kansas City Royal, now Colorado Rocky, when Team Italy played them. So it's any given night. That's how baseball is. That's why, like, I would not be shocked. I was not going to be shocked last year if the Toronto Blue Jays happened to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series. It's any given night when it comes to baseball. So I would like to think Team USA is trying. I believe they are. I'm also getting tired of the narrative whenever I turn on the TV watching Team USA, like, oh, this has been the best Team USA lineup they've had in some time. No, go back to the archives. Look at the rest of the Team USA's. When you're trying to tell me in 2006 that this team is better than Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, all on one team in 2006 and for Team USA, you're telling me that this team right now isn't better than that team? You're not watching baseball. I kind of want to go through, because they go off of the stats for the 2025 season. So from 2006 to 2005, I'm going to go back and I'm going to figure out all the stats, averages, home runs, RBIs, and compare and contrast each and every single World Baseball Classic, because dude, but I want to prove a point to myself. It's like, no, this isn't the best USA lineup that has ever had. Maybe since, because I mean, they won it in 2017. I think it was 17. Yeah, it was 17.
Yeah, 2017.
And they had Marcus Stroman as the ace. I mean, I get it. It's Marcus Stroman. He was good around that time, but still, I'm getting tired of hearing that narrative.
Crazy. That's the only time the U.S. has won the World Baseball Classic, or only time since at least 06.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of interesting that this is just not an event the U.S. does very well at.
It's like I said, it's any given night. It's a 1-game playoff game, and you survive and advance. Like, that's the most. You better be on it every single night, and if you're not, you're screwed. You're not winning. Kind of like Canada last night.
Japan has won 3 of the 5.
Yeah, Japan's always been good. They've always been good at baseball. It's insane. They live, eat, breathe baseball over in Japan, and I love it. I'm all here for it. And they're playing tonight against Team Venezuela. Shout out to Yachty. Make sure you get that team going. I want to see. No, Yachty's not the Team Venezuela head coach. That's Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's playing tonight as well. So yeah, no, it's Japan versus Venezuela tonight. Ronald Acuna Jr., Salvador Perez, Michael Garcia taking on Shohei Ohtani's Japan's team.
That's a pretty fun game. Honestly, all of the ones, even Puerto Rico, Italy is a pretty good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like Italy there. What I really like about this is all the lines for these games are really close. It's like Italy's -125, Japan's -180, the U.S. is -150 to win these games. These are not like, oh, they're a 5.5 run favorite against, whatever team they're playing in the knockout round. Like, these are legitimate pick'em games.
Mm-hmm. They are 100%. Let's get the fair or foul. We can get it on out of here. We'll start off with the World Baseball Classic. You've been seeing the big dumper has not been shaking his hands of his actual teammates, like playing Randy Arozarena Team Mexico. Randy ran out to shake his hand. Cal looked at him, looked back, and he's ready to get the pitch comm going to whoever was pitching that night. Same thing happened with Josh Naylor. He wanted to do a fist bump, and Cal Raleigh looked up at him, didn't do anything. I hate this because it's a bad look on Cal Raleigh. No, listen. It's a bad look on Cal Raleigh, but now it's a bad look now on Randy Arozarena and Josh Naylor, because Cal has openly admitted and said to Randy and also said to Josh that don't do this. Do not try to tap me. Don't try to bump me. Don't try to give me a handshake or something because I'm not going to give it to you. Cal's already told his teammates that. Then his teammates don't go back on his wishes and now do it. I think it's more bad look on Randy Rosarena and Josh Naylor than it is from the big dumper because he's openly said, even text messages that Josh Naylor said last night after the game against Team USA versus Canada. He's like, no, I texted him about it. And he told me not to do it, but I did it anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna see. That's why I'm gonna go fair. I'm gonna zag here. I'm gonna say fair all around here because I'm with you. I love Team USA locking in, and it's like us versus the world. I think that's awesome. You saw that with hockey in the Olympics with the men's hockey team. I think it's cool. I think vibes in international competitions when you do that are awesome. I think it's kind of funny. Rosarena and Josh Naylor are like, let me just like see if I can get away with this. Let me get under your skin a little bit.
What I hated about it was Randy Rosarena played the victim in all of it. And I'm like, dude, come on, bro. He literally you guys talked in the hotel prior before the game starting saying, yeah, don't do that. Don't.
Do you think it was tongue in cheek at all? Like I couldn't tell because he was like, I didn't really watch the Rosarena interview. I just read the quotes, so I don't know if he said it like sarcastically. Was he actually mad at Cal Raleigh afterwards when he was basically like, "Suck it," or was it a joke?
It could go both ways. I don't know how to. I mean, it's me, not the old cliche thing, but I didn't understand a word he was saying whenever he was trying to do it. But I trust the interpreter. I mean, hell, I thought I would trust Ipe Muzahara, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, but he was embezzling his money. So I don't know. I'm hoping it was all for fun and game, but man, it makes Cal Raleigh look so bad. But I think it's fair. I'm the big dumper, not actually wanting to shake hands or anything with him because he's already told him. Don't do this. Don't. This is let's lock in and let's get this game going.
I'm still gonna. I think it's fun. I love like a nice international rivalry. It's a good year for it.
Hell, I wish it was like 3 years ago when Canada and Mexico got into a brawl. That was fun to watch. Other on the fair or foul, Clayton Kershaw last night went and got himself a beer. Someone brought him in the sixth inning a beer while he was out there in the bullpen just hanging out. And he gets to drink a nice cold one during that game in his possible final ever baseball game to be played. And we know that they're waiting on Team Puerto Rico versus Team Italy next to see who he's going to play. But he'll be in Miami. Maybe he might have a margarita out there next to the club that's out in left field. So you never know. But Clayton Kershaw could continue to be drinking out in that bullpen. But I think this is fair. It's fun. Clayton Kershaw has had an incredible career in Major League Baseball. The Cardinals definitely beat his ass every single time they play him in the playoffs. But, man, Clayton Kershaw had a great, great career in Major League Baseball.
You can earn this. If this was – I don't know. I'm trying to think of just some young guy, even maybe a Paul Skeens if he does this. I know he's obviously pitching, but on a night he's not. I would say maybe foul. Like you kind of need to earn it. You need to get into the Hall of Fame to be able to get away with this. But I'm going to go totally fair. Of all people, Kershaw also seems like the most likable dude. I'm totally okay with this.
Definitely fair. Definitely fair. All right, fair or foul. Derek Carr wants to mentor Fernando Mendoza. I'll let you start this off.
You're better equipped to talk about this. I mean, it's nice of Derek Carr, but also like this feels like something he's saying so he gets a contract to play.
What, Derek?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, I
don't like the Carr brothers, man. I don't like the Carr brothers. His brother's always picking the Raiders to win the AFC West. Like they're full of it.
I love David. David's got so much CTE for being sacked so many times his rookie season for the Houston Texans that it's there. No, I think this is awesome. Derek Carr, if you want to, you think it's a good one as well. Cosmo, nice. The Derek Carr is Mendoza's mentor. I'd love it, but first Mendoza needs to be on the team. So he's not on the team yet, but I mean, I think it's a lock that Fernando Mendoza is going to be a Las Vegas Raider. And if Derek Carr's the one that's going to help guide him, come on, let's go. Let's do this. Even if imagine having Derek Carr in the building with you, Tom Brady in the building with you. Nothing like the limit of Mendoza of being successful in the league has skyrocketed. And I know
I don't want to disrespect Derek Carr. What has Derek Carr done to be a mentor?
Oh man, dude, he's a great leader. He's dealt with a lot of crap when he was in Las Vegas. You got to think this guy has been through so many turnover head coaches and offensive coordinators, and he had to adapt and survive each and every single time. Always pulled out a subpar to good season every single year. Hell, he was an MVP candidate one year back in 2016. I think he definitely would be a nice help, a nice boost, nice guidance counselor for Fernando Mendoza in the situation. And hell, the fact that Derek Carr, even when going for the Saints, even possibility of him playing for the Jets last year, no matter what, he's thick and thin. Like he's a Raider for life, and that's what once a Raider, always a Raider, and he highly invested. He reminds me of how Max Crosby is, if I'm being honest. I love DC. DC's been my favorite quarterback ever to watch. In the Raiders organization. Granted, there hasn't been really many good ones there, but Fernando Mendoza coming in, hey, I'm all for it. I love this. This is fair.
You want to flash up this most recent question in the chat?
Yeah.
I think, I mean,
I think he does.
All jokes aside about Derek Carr, I think having someone like that to mentor Mendoza, like you said, plus Tom Brady, who's in the building, you are setting him up for as much success as possible that way. It's like Patrick Mahomes getting Alex Smith. I think Derek Carr and Alex Smith are very similar types of mentors for a young quarterback. Mahomes had Alex Smith for a year. Andy Reid, obviously being a Hall of Fame head coach with him, is sort of, different ways, like kind of that Tom Brady-esque role model for Mahomes. So I think Fernando Mendoza if he gets mentorship from those guys, is in the best possible situation.
He kind of reminds me of Derek Carr a little bit. I don't know, but I'm hoping he doesn't do the check downs on 4th and 10 into the not check downs, but throwing it out of bounds on 4th and 10. Like let's try to make a play. Let's make a play happen, Fernando, this year. Let's do that. Derek Carr was notorious for doing that. So don't learn that trait from Mr. Derek Carr, Fernando. That's all I got to say on that. A couple more on this. The Big 12 LED basketball court is no more. Gosh, that was an experiment that was short-lived. I don't think it was ever going to be lived ever again. But if you don't know it, that's watching. Big 12 basketball tournament had an LED-esque court, and a guy hurt himself on it. The players couldn't really pivot, drive forward. They say it was too slick. It looked cool. From the visual aspect for it looked awesome. Playing on it looked like it would suck. Apparently, that's the big reason why K-State lost in the Big 12 tournament. They blamed it all on the court. So that's the court is no more, and I think it's the court was foul, 100% foul.
It was a stupid idea. I like that the Big 12's trying new things, but it was a stupid idea to begin with. And this is something you do in September, October, November even. You don't do this in March. March Madness is the most outside of expanding the tournament. Nothing has changed about March Madness for 70 years. Yeah. All they do is add more teams. And they were like, what if we put them on a different surface? What are you doing? This is the most important games of your conference season. You're asking your best players to get hurt. I don't get this.
Yeah, I take it it's foul on your end. I take it that way.
I hated it. It's so stupid. It looked cool. I really like. Okay, cool. The one thing I'll give them credit for, when they made a shot with the LED court, inside the 3-point line, everything lit up and flashed for just a split second, just a quick oh bang, they made a shot. That was actually pretty cool. I gotta give them credit where it's due there. That was a stupid idea to begin with.
It's so dumb. That's what it was. It was so dumb. This also made me chuckle. Craig, what's up, Bronx? My high, Derek Carr mentor. Do you want to buckle under pressure every time or just immediately fail? All right. It's gonna be a different Raider mindset now. Thanks. I'm glad that you are fully awake now in Canada right now. I'm hoping if you are a baseball fan, you didn't cry yourself to sleep last night when the USA beat Canada. So I'm just saying. A couple more fair fouls and we'll get out of here. Did you see Anthony Edwards drilling a 3 in the corner and just immediately looking back to Steph Curry? And Steph Curry's sitting there in his street clothes, just sitting there and just looks at it and starts shaking his head. Anthony Edwards might be my favorite basketball player in the NBA. And doing that to one of the best 3-point shooters ever to walk the face of the earth, I need more of this.
And I love that that's like Steph's thing too. What I would have loved more is if he did it and then turned around and stared at him before it went in the basket, like Steph used to do when he would just hit the shot and then turn around.
Yep.
I love this by Ant. I actually think he's so fun to watch. Did you ever watch that Hustle movie with Adam Sandler?
No, I didn't have not. I need to. I know it's on Netflix, so I need to watch it at some point.
It's good. It's actually really good. I think they've got like Juan Hernan-Gomez, who is an actual NBA player, to play like the guy that's trying to get drafted, basically, and it shows what it's like as a draft prospect. But his rival is Anthony Edwards in the movie. He might have a career in acting too, because he just takes the like trash talk on the court everywhere he goes. He's so funny.
I think this was awesome. This was a fair moment. I will need to watch that Hustle movie. But man, this is good. He's even quoted saying, "That's my boy. Love Steph. Love everything about him. To me, greatest point guard. Love to play against him. Talk a little trash to him on the side." Anthony Edwards, my favorite NBA player. I think I'm fully invested. Lastly, Travis Achan is how you pronounce Travis Etienne. Apparently that's he wanted to make sure that was a known fact whenever he was signed with the New Orleans Saints, which, by the way, I think that's a great signing. But his name is Travis Achan. So we have two Achans in the league right now, different spelling each one.
This is
he trolling?
He has to be trolling. I think this is troll. I don't really get how, but it has to be. Because how do you get Achan out of Etienne? Like ETN, you're basically spelling his name with how people were pronouncing it.
I don't know. I was flabbergasted whenever that was like making the rounds, and I'm like, this is definitely foul. Like you need to tell us this when you got drafted. Like
5 years ago.
Like this, it's been way too late. It's kind of like what Travis Kelce was like. That's actually Kels. What?
10 years into his career. What are we doing?
It's like, oh, can you at least give us the phonetics of it whenever you first get drafted? Whenever Roger Goodell or whoever it is in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, you know how they put the nice gestures of people going up there and announcing it. You know, that's whenever they say it at draft night. That's what it needs to be said each and every single time that we see you on TV. We're NFL fans. We don't have the biggest brains in the world, clearly, but we like watching guys get hit and mowed over or get mossed or make incredible catches. Let us know what your name is. Night one, please.
Yes. This feels like a joke. This feels like one of those jokes that like him and some of his friends are going to laugh at, like a little inside joke he made public. Sure. I guess. Travis Achan. Does that mean his brother is also Achan?
Yes. I feel like it is. I would hope it is. Can you imagine he goes up to the podium the next day?
His brother's actually it's Etienne.
It's actually mine pronounced Etienne.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
Oh, I hope that's the case. Let's get a couple. Let's take a look at these. One of the questions that came on in. Why does the Big 12 need a weird gimmick at all? The conference is so strong and will be very well represented in March Madness. I mean, is the Big 12 like the fourth best basketball like hierarchy when it comes to college basketball, you think?
They're the best conference this year and most years in terms of quality of school, but they're the third biggest conference in terms of revenue and viewership. So they basically just want to drive people to watch the games. That's all they're doing.
Oh, I'm still pulling for a Big Ten school to win the, Michigan. Let's go blue.
It hasn't happened in 25 years. I don't think it'll happen this year.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for ruining my parade and my party on that one. I think Michigan's going to win it all. I do. I say that every single year. The closest they've had to come to it was back when they lost to Vanderbilt. I know it wasn't Vandy. Who was it when they played back in 2018?
Louisville.
No, that was 2013.
Oh, 2018?
Yeah, 2018. They lost to Dante DiVincenzo, but I can't remember what school he went to. Villanova. There we go. I can't stand Dante DiVincenzo. That's not for me. Not for me at all. This is a little tease from when on Beach season. Talked about my my soon to be having a boy coming in August. One of the names that was pitched was Madden Brawler Sansone. That was the Madden as his first name could be I might. It's I did mention it to the wife. She shut it down instantly. So I tried. Craig, I tried. I 100% tried.
It's unique. I'll give it that.
But Madden as a first name is actually pretty sick. Yeah. Ryan, any closing thoughts before we get on out of here?
Selection Sunday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
First round of March Madness will have happened by the time our next show. So let me just give people a couple teams I think are going to do pretty well in the first round.
I need this. I need at least the first round non-exits. I need the guys that are going to advance.
Yeah, I like Louisville. I do not like Miami. I like KU to win one game and lose in the second round, like has become tradition in the Bill Self era. I also really like Michigan to at least make the Final Four. I don't think they win it all, but I'm a huge fan of them. Take Florida in your brackets. Florida is playing lights out right now. They have the best set of big men in the country. Their three-point percentage every single month of the season has gone up. The last month, they're shooting over 40% from three, and that's not even the strength of their team. So I'm a huge fan of Florida. I think they're going to win the tournament in all my brackets.
All right, I put Florida down on a sticky note right now to make sure I put them in all my brackets. Not winning it, of course, but making it there to at least the finals or the round of the Elite Eight or something like that. We'll see how, because I got to figure out where Michigan's going to be on the bracket because they're going to be at least a 1 or 2 seed. So
yeah,
Florida should be a 1 seed from what it sounds like.
Yeah, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Florida, just ride with those guys. Fade UConn, fade KU. I'm not a fan of Purdue or Gonzaga.
All right, you heard it here first. Florida's winning it all, and Ryan can't stand KU. But that will do it here for this edition of Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan. Put a smile on your face because you don't know who to see it to brighten up their day. Have a good one, everybody.